The newest upcoming Dragon Ball game, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, is going to be taking a lot of inspiration from past titles like Raging Blast, Dragon Ball FighterZ, and of course Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. And here are 8 of those similarities we've already seen so far. Comment down below and leave your incredible finds or things you hope to see in the upcoming game. The most recent Dragon Ball Sparking Zero trailer showed off a few super attacks, but one thing I did notice was that in that same clip of Goku versus Vegeta at the beginning, there were 2 different type of super attack animations shown. When Vegeta does his Gallic Gun, a short super attack cutscene begins, but when Goku returns fire with his Kamehameha, he doesn't get that same kind of close-up cutscene animation. This is something that's been in older games as well, but they could implement this little detail around whatever parameters they want. It could be the result of a charged super attack that maybe cost an extra meter or something, or it could just be character or attack specific. In prior 3D Dragon Ball titles like Raging Blast and Tenkaichi, snap vanishes and Z counters were a really important part of all levels of play, even though the timing took a little bit of practice. This is a technique that allows you to avoid an opponent's attack by either vanishing to the side of it or countering your opponent by appearing behind them. Vegeta is shown doing pretty much that in his initial match against Goku in the recent trailer, and also Blue Vegeta and Frieza later on as well. Goku also performs what I'll call right now a perfect vanish right before Vegeta hits him with his Gallic Gun as well by blocking right before the attack reaches him. Will these things have a cost in game, or will execution be the only requirement? Let me know what you guys think. Both Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi and Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast are known to have certain combo strings that allow you to put your opponent in different situations. These range from sweeps to long stuns by gut punching to launchers. In the most recent Dragon Ball Sparking Zero trailer, we saw that launchers are still a significant point of the combat system. However, we didn't see kind of the specific chase down options we had in previous Tenkaichi games that allowed you to do things like that gut punch I talked about. Although this could have been edited, right before this cut, Goku vanishes and continues his combo in the air by appearing behind Vegeta and attempting a smash attack to send him towards the ground and finish the combo. At first glance, this kind of seems more like the Raging Blast 2 system if I'm remembering right, because that game didn't have the same chase down options as Tenkaichi after the air launcher either. Dragon Ball FighterZ and Dragon Ball Z Kakarot are both known for some of the most beautiful and colorful graphics of all DBZ games and probably anime games period, and it's clear that this game wants to follow suit with how they've chosen to go about their graphics. Cell shading looks amazing and everything seems really crisp right now. They're really making this game look as close to the anime as they can, it seems like, and it's gonna really enhance the entire experience of the game, so I can't wait to see all the cutscenes that they end up implementing. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has already shown off a couple of in-game transformation animations, which first off, I want to applaud because in-game transformations are something I feel like most of us really enjoy. But the big draw here is the cutscene that happens during. While both Tenkaichi 3 and Raging Blast 2 had in-game transformations, Raging Blast 2's transformation cutscenes were just on another level. They looked amazing, and honestly they still do to this day. And it seems like Sparking Zero will go down a similar route of trying to have really appealing visuals for the transformation cutscenes. Goku transforming into Super Saiyan Blue in the second trailer seemed like an actual in-game match, but possibly just edited side by side with Vegeta's transformation. One of my personal favorite details we were able to take from the most recent Sparking Zero trailer highlighted something else that we saw in previous titles like Raging Blast 2. The ability to deflect beams such as Kamehamehas and Gallic Guns showed up in the Goku vs Vegeta match. In Raging Blast 2, this was a specific directional input you had to do right before the attack made contact with you, but in Raging Blast 2, I don't remember if this was with all characters, you guys will have to let me know down below in the comments, but it would initiate this really short cutscene as you deflected the beam, sending it behind you. In Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, it looks like something like this would instead initiate this slight time slowdown effect, indicating that you were able to get that perfectly timed deflect or even counter vanish like we saw in the trailer also. I think this way is better than a short cutscene because it keeps the pace of the game more fluid and feels a lot more accurate in my opinion. One of the most nostalgic details added to the older Dragon Ball Z games was the realistic ability to clash beams when your opponent fires one at the same time as you. While the recent Dragon Ball Sparking Zero trailer didn't exactly show a beam clash happening, it was teased when Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta both looked like they used their ultimate attacks at the same time. The trailer would cut to the next section right before the final flash and Super Kamehameha clash, but the official Sparking Zero page on the Bandai Namco website would confirm beam clashes amongst other combat mechanics are making a return in this game. Previous titles like Raging Blast 2 and Tenkaichi 3 have had certain levels of environment and planetary destruction in the past, and even Xenoverse and Dragon Ball FighterZ to a certain extent. In previous games, sending someone through a cliff, flying through rocks and mountains and things like that were possible, but in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, the environmental effects and destruction are an immediate priority, it seems like, as we saw in the recent trailer that almost everything you do looks like it will have some type of effect on the stage. A couple of cool little details that I saw was when Goku fired his Kamehameha after dodging Vegeta, his attack destroyed the ground beneath him, and even though Vegeta is in the air, when he deflects Goku's Kamehameha, the ground beneath him gets destroyed as well. Even when Broly is doing that one move on Goku, which I guess is kinda iconic at this point, where he's slamming him back and forth on destroyed Namek, I'm not sure if this is a super attack or a grab animation, but you can even see here. Every time he slammed Goku into the ground, the map broke a little bit, so these stages about to be fragile as hell. Gonna be possibly a lot of visual clutter and distractions going on, but honestly, if I'm being completely real, from what we've seen from that trailer, it actually looks like so far that they're doing a pretty good job with keeping the main focus on the match at hand. And while there may be things going on in the background or the environment's reacting to things that you and your opponent are doing, and everything looks great, it's not necessarily distracting you or taking away from the actual gameplay. That's just a really important detail to me personally, because we know with the Spike Chunsoft games, we're gonna have a shit ton of particles and glares. That's just how it goes. But these have been 8 insane similar details in Sparking Zero and Tenkaichi, with a little bit of Rage and Blast and others in there as well. I hope you guys enjoyed, and leave down below mechanics you're excited about or other things you want to see added in the game, period. Don't forget to subscribe for more Sparking Zero content, because like I say every time we talk about this game, it's about to be a whole movie.
Tremble before my power! I'll show you the horrors of hell.